So, again, we've seen so many of these tips, right? Let's start with Alphasinus. We've seen Persians a million times in this tournament, and for very good reason. Pacific Islands, I think, is a great map for them because of the faster producing fishing ships from docks, as well as your economy bonus, producing villages much faster as well. There's obviously no threat to your economy while you do this fishing and villager boom, as long as you protect your fishing ships enough with a couple of fire galleys. You get the economy lead and go from there. I feel like it's a perfect strategy for Persians. It's just so easy to execute, I think, and just so much more reliable than a lot of civs. Like Italians, Portuguese, great on this as well. Dravidians could also be great, another favorite of mine. But I think Persians, top tier, absolutely top tier on this map, as they are on a lot of maps. But I'm all for seeing something different. So Armenians, which are a great water civ, and yeah, I think no, they're not as good as Persians, but they're a great water civ. They get the extra arrow on their galleys, so you'll always win on a one-on-one galley war. I think that is a great advantage. You also have good economy bonus, so again, if you are playing defensive style, you're on your home island, you can boom a bit. The economy ticks from your mule cart are more effective. I feel as though you can kind of go relatively undisturbed on one of these islands, especially if you go to different islands. So you do have time to boom as Armenians, and I think they are a good booming civ because of those ticks, more effective ticks. So I wouldn't say they're as good as Persians, but I think they're a fine choice. They're definitely a fine choice. I've got no problem with them being played on this map. I just don't think we see them as much because they're an expansion civ. I don't think they're anybody's comfort civ like the old civilizations. You want to go for something safe, reliable, such as the Persians. You played a million games with Persians, perhaps. Just pick them if you want to win. I think that's a fine strategy. Whereas Armenians, how long have they been out? Over a year now? Still not that long. So I don't feel like they're completely figured out by all players. But that might also be to your favor because you can pull off something unexpected, perhaps. Yeah, Great Dude says Armenians will be good for water wars. Yeah, they'll be amazing. Get into those galleys. I think there'll be an even matchup against Persians with high aggression, trying to get the initiative. Yeah, I just think Persians so hard to beat Persians. Especially if I will admit, like they both have the economy bonuses, but I think Persians will get the eco bonus and go from there. Yeah, my predictions are on Alphasinus, and I'm looking for a comeback story. There's no disrespect to Brave whatsoever. He's played great so far, but I do want to see a game 5. So Alphasinus, the money's on you, and he has got a bit of a score lead. That might be scouting though, so let's just have a quick look at the scouting. Brave has seen the outskirt of the island, hasn't seen any dock from his opponent, so that's the scouting for him. As we turn over to Alphasinus, yeah, relatively similar scouting, but he has scouted some of the island, and he has scouted his opponent's dock. So it'll be very interesting to see if he goes for an aggression on the fishing ships here. It can be a bit of a trap on Pacific Islands. It takes so long for your boats to get there. Again, sees the fishing ships if he's paying attention there. But going for double dock, got double dock here. So I think we're going to see some form of early naval battle, especially as we go to gold over there. Mule cart coming out here for gold on this side. Brave, though, sending villagers over in Dark Age as he goes up to feudal. I think that's the right time to do it. Alphasinus not thinking of going over yet, and his transport ship is actually quite far away, just scouting. Might need to build another transport potentially if he wants to keep on that strategy, but I think he has to get this transport back, and I think he realizes this now. And actually he has scouted a barracks going up on this island. It'd be interesting to see if he will also go to this island or if he go to the other island. Does he want to play the long game? Does he want to go for aggression? I might suggest going for the other island. Persian. The enemy's already there. They're already building production buildings. I think play the economy game and go to the opposite island. Just my thoughts. But yes, we're up to feudal, and we see fire galleys in both of those docks. And we see galleys from the Armenians. So I think it will come down to Brave's ability to micro galleys, which, it's always a bit of hit and miss, I feel, at this level. Although, Brave was in the iron bracket, so it's a little bit more advanced than brick bracket. So maybe microing the galleys might come into play for him at this skill bracket. And yes, Alphasinus has done what I was hoping for, is not to go to this island and go for the other island. So very happy about that. Only 2 villages though. It's not much at all. And we see buildings just creep forward here on this island. But yes, let's try and keep track of the navy. Got 3 docks, but why do you need 3 docks if you're not going to be producing out of all of them? He's producing in 2 though, I should say. Fire ship coming over and scout chasing. So he's got 3 fire galleys there actually, and that'll be good against I think you can force these galleys out and go for the fishing ships. So 4 fire galleys. 5, 6. So the investment on water is real. I think that might be a bit much. Might be too much. At this stage. Yeah, but what is the Armenians' composition? They love archers, I know that much. They've only got Cavalier. They don't have Hussar, so their stable is not great late game. The infantry is amazing. That's it, right? Infantry is amazing. I'm trying to remember why they can get the upgrades 1 age earlier. So you can go for long swordsman in feudal. You can get 2-handed swordsman in castle. But I don't see that being very applicable in this game. And sorry, I'm missing the fire galleys take out this dock. We have 4 galleys. They're not even going to touch those fire ships unless we see demos. Change that to a demo. I mean, it could have been some amazing hits right there. And then you stand a chance. You gotta go demos. Gotta go demos, surely. If you've seen this many fire galleys, go for demos before, because this isn't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Then you can start thinking about building up your galley mass from there. Yeah, it's all about this battle right now, and I feel like Brave not making the right decision, still going for the galleys. I mean, you pop a demo ship out here and, oh, then you can snowball that. You know, the Armenian galleys are a little more dangerous to fire ships because of the extra arrow, for sure. As we actually see Brave get the advantage here now. So a bit of micro there, you know, really helped. And again, the Armenian galleys do more. It is noticeable. So in the end, it was fine, actually. Yeah, maybe if I was, you know, I think Alphasinus is doing the right thing with heading back, because you want to be able to upgrade those into the bigger fire ship, whatever that fire ship is called. Not fast fire ship, the war galley upgrade, but who knows how that changes the name of the fire galley, I forget. But yes, at the castle is Alphasinus. Sunlight. What elo are they? So this was Brick Division. So Alphasinus was in Brick Division. It was about 1200 to 1300 elo for that division. But this is a losers bracket quarterfinal where they combine some of the divisions. And Alphasinus is playing somebody from the bracket above. So that person is probably 1300 to 1400, I would say. But yes, Alphasinus, I think, needs to avoid this battle because you get to castle, then you get to a fire galley. Although you don't want to lose these ships, I guess, these fish traps and fishing boats, which is fair enough. But I think you can just temporarily move them off, wait for the upgrade. That is very unfortunate for Alphasinus, but move the ships away, get the upgrade, come back. I think that's the play, but we see some amazing... That was incredible. That was incredible. I love to see demolition shots and just a lack of caution there from the Armenian player, Brave. And, you know, it came a little bit too late to save the ships, but now that galley mass is severely diminished, and some of these boats are on... This one's on 4 hit points. So I think that's a bit of a turning point in the game, really. He's getting the war galley upgrade. He's getting the second TC down. I'm liking this more and more for Alphasinus. Very well played. Very well played indeed. You know, I think both players are playing great. I think it was amazing that Brave got those fishing ships off, but looks like Alphasinus is going to reinvest potentially in those fishing ships eventually. So he didn't lose absolutely everything there. Demo ship and fire ships. Alphasinus is going to take the offensive once more, and we're going to meet in the middle. Got careening there as well. But that ship's going to go down. Yes, I think that's a wise choice to retreat. These galleys have bracer now. Some more demos. I think stay away from the demos now. Because they will be shot down as more demos come out. I think you need to get into your own fires. Oh, and 2 of these are actually going to land. Oh, that was fantastic. Really utilized the demo ships to perfection there. I didn't think they were actually going to reach. So great demo shot. But behind all this, Alphasinus' economy is starting to fly with these quicker town centers. So I think this is a pretty even battle. I would still favor Brave on water here. And I would suggest even him investing into some demo ships himself. We're seeing gill nets as well for the fishing ships, so investing in economy quite a lot. It needs to start producing even more ships to keep the pressure on. Very good game. Very good game indeed. Yep, both players need to start thinking about a castle, 100%. They're great juice. You know, especially in this gap, I think would benefit both players a lot and really put the control on the map. But we're going to see Alphasinus try to push this back a little bit, and if we look at the hit points, I think Brave is doing an admirable job here, doing the micro, and it's enough for Alphasinus to push him back at least, but I think that was a fairly even trade, maybe even going slightly in the favor of Brave. And actually, the immediate player has the stone for a castle, so we'll see where he tries to put that. But Alphasinus also fairly close. But look at the resource bank, the Alphasinus. He's got the food. He's got the food. So we might see a quicker Imperial from him. This is a great castle position on this hill. So even if Alphasinus puts a castle here, for instance, that's going to be hard to tread down and win a tread war. So this is an amazing spot. Villagers come over. They're going to get shot by these galleys, and one of them dies. Unlucky chosen one. Yeah, I guess this is where it gets a bit hard for Alphasinus, because you can't go into galleys of your own necessarily. And this is going to be a hard battle to win on water. I would just like to invest on land at this point, and he's going to see the castle here now and be like, uh-oh, that's a problem. Yes, definitely a problem. Ballistics now on these galleys coming through. 2 villagers on a castle. Funny to see. But Alphasinus is going to keep these numbers of galleys down. It is going to cost him all of his navy though, which is unfortunate. And the rally point in an unfortunate spot does get one of those ships, and he is actually targeting the weakest ships. I think that is on purpose. We're going for very safe castles on the side of Alphasinus, so I think he might know that water is done and that it is on land that he's going to have to succeed, but he is luring the ships over to this castle construction, which I'll be luring these ships away. Get away from this castle foundation, because this can be denied. Certainly. Especially with such a small amount of villagers. I wouldn't even like it there. I would just take it and go for this castle. But no. And again, this is a bad spot for investing in docks, because that can be taken down very easily. Get this castle up. This is where the docks go. A lot of villages are going to be trapped on this island. You don't want this many villages on your home island. This is looking a lot better. You want your economy over here, 100%. They're going to go to this very small wood line on the side. Those docks are going to go down. Need a budget dock there, underneath that castle. Brave has a lot of stone. But yeah, he's selling it, is he? So yeah, sold 600 stone for gold. So I think he might be thinking Imperial fairly soon. We've got a mad dash of villages over here. Going through the mangrove forest. Where are these villages going to go, though? Is he trying to get like a secret mangrove wood supply or something like that? Maybe. Or is he going to go for some kind of castle job? He has the stone. Does have the stone. What can he see? Gonna drop them here, I think. Might be expecting some resources on the side. Having trouble dropping them a bit. Gonna go for... No, sorry. Brave is gonna go for Watchtower. And wow, I mean... that castle's obviously not going to go up, but he's going to put it in the middle of these TCs. This will be amazing if he gets this. This is so ambitious, guys. He's trying to fight off the scouts first. The villagers are going to try and put up a watchtower. They're going to try and actually fight some of these villagers. Some of these villagers are not even getting in on the action. Okay. Okay. We have 10 villagers putting up this castle. It's at 60%. It is doable. We have knights coming through. 70%, 73%. This castle is not going to go up, guys. This castle's not going to go up. That was a Hail Mary of a play. And we have seen some very questionable castle drops in the past on this map, and this is definitely in that category. It was just lucky. Without these knights, that castle would definitely not have gone up. So, great quick thinking here from Brave, and to use the villagers to get the villagers off their foundations. Very well played. Very, very well played. And Brave is now up to Imperial. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know, could he double down and send more villagers? Probably not a great idea. You could delete the castle and recoup some resources, I guess. Yeah, as amazing as this would have been to get in between these and you kind of deny almost 2 golds, that would have been incredible. But I think maybe you just put it here. He obviously didn't. You have to assume that he might be on this gold anyway. Put it here and deny 1 gold. It's not as good, but then you can work from there. This was far too ambitious. Far, far too ambitious. But we have Dromans here from Armenians. Armenians, of course, killed Droman. See a lot of, those are actually Alphasinus transport ships, which are going to be destroyed. This is going to be walled in, which I think is a point of detail that I like to see. So well played. But it's going to be an island standoff, and this is still an even game, even after that failed castle drop. It's still somewhat of an even game because Alphasinus does not have... well, Alphasinus is still behind because he doesn't have a navy. But guys, we're actually seeing War Elephant. War Elephant from Alphasinus. Okay, okay. He's trying to pull out all the stops here. Don't know how you fit this many war elephants inside of a castle, if I'm being honest. But obviously a very population efficient unit. Citadels, which make the arrow shots into gunpowder shots, I believe. Going for fast fire ship and heavy demolition ship. I love it. I really love it. This, unfortunately, may be tracked. Dry dock coming in. And we're going to see fast fire ships come in like mad, I believe, with some demo ships. If those demo ships can land, if those shots can land, that would be incredible. But there is no guarantee there. I want to see this work. I want to see whatever he does with these war elephants, I want to see it work. Because it will be incredible if it does. I feel like a lot of sitting around here for Alphasinus. Could have moved on to this castle a long time ago. He could have been hunting for wherever the next ship rebirth was going to come from. Is this too far away for this castle to hit? It might be. Safety castle coming in here on the main island. It's so far away from the rest of the economy though, so I don't know if I love it. We have 15 fire ships come through. I really think, again, I think the key weakness here for Brave is he doesn't put the hammer down, because I think he could have won the game already. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could have put it out of reach by now. With the Navy control. You know, where's the landing? Where are they gonna... Oh. These villagers should not be building this castle, especially because we know Dromans are there. Dromans can take out castles, I believe. They can, right? Like, their range, yeah, their range is massive. So that castle should not go up. It does not. This is a much more sensible place for a castle. Here come the the war elephants. Oh, goodness. Apologies. We had a small problem. We're going to be right back. I just need I just had a crash of some sort. We'll be right back to the game as soon as possible. Right at the critical moment as well. Here we go. We haven't lost any progress whatsoever. I'll just check it's back on stream. It is. Fantastic. Let's keep it going. We've got war elephants coming to the main island. This has been... Does he know something? Like... Feels like he knows something. Do not lose... Oh my god, oh my god. Do not lose that boat. That gave me an absolute heart attack. That would have been so soul destroying and such an anti-climax. But no, we're fine. We're absolutely fine. And War Elephant can certainly destroy a castle on their own. Let's see how quickly this goes down. Yeah, that castle is toast. Absolute toast. And this army is nowhere to be found. I mean, this navy is nowhere to be found. So here we go. Let's see how effective this is. I'll keep my eye on that, but I'll also keep my eye on this. These elephants need to start attacking these walls. No response occurring over here either, in terms of military. Did we just see another demo shot? I think we might have. Yeah, got to get these ships all into action. Unfortunately, those ships go into the wrong direction. Again, love to see a demo ship come in here. Would be incredible. Drone is obviously going to be very effective as well. But they go down very quickly to fire ships. So this is a lot of losses, but we do have knights on the back. Still advantage there. Sorry, I have forgot about the elephants. This is the main attraction, but I'd just like to say that the Armenian player did lose a lot, but still in his favor. All these villages, 25 villages, idle. We got got a lot of demo ships coming up. Knights still on the back, but we have camels, so great job of Alphasinus to respond there. And more camels on the way, so this has been dealt with somewhat. And the home island is protected, and the home island for the Armenian player is not protected. I'd love to see this castle be taken out. I don't believe he has murder holes. I stand corrected, he does have murder holes. But this castle can definitely still be taken out. We see some more of those elephants being produced. Repairing the castle at the same time as this has been taken out. As soon as he realizes he should try to attack the villages as well. It's about 50-50, so at this pace, the elephants will be taken out. Another castle being built. Villages have come over. Actually, I did not actually click that this was from Brave's side that this was produced, but those villages will be taken out. And we see the response to attack the villages by Alphasinus, so very good job. They are actually inside the castle now, but this castle does look like it's gonna go down, especially if no repairs come out. It's gonna be very close, and the repairs do come out. This is a lot of idle time though, as we see the worker efficiency for Brave going down to 30%, so that is incredible. We want a castle here for Alphasinus. Villagers are gonna get the splash damage, get the old splashy splash, and a lot of them will die. A lot of villagers inside this TC as well. This elephant might be able to take down this TC alone. We'll need to bring over his navy to deal with this. If he was to put a castle there, but decides to put the castle there instead. This is a very exciting game. Very well played from both players. The Alphasinus is coming up with quite a interesting strategy, and we've got could be another denied castle potentially. Not this time, I don't think. Not this time. Even with the knights, I think this spot is safe. With the citadels as well. Camels also coming out, so still got the stables. This navy need. Oh, okay, guys. Got a few more. Not that. Well, actually, there's quite a few actually. Quite a few Persian war elephants, and this is not protected by any ships. So we're going to see a landing there. This has been dealt with. Boat sitting here is going to be a tough job for these camels. I would not be throwing my camels away quite like that. We see a conversion of a transport which has a Persian war elephant in it. This game has everything. But now this economy is exploding. This is going to be a huge problem for Brave, but a lot of dead villages there on that wood line. But how do you deal with this? Monks. You deal with it with monks. And do we see any on this island? We see the fortified church, of course. Still have this castle on 800 hit points. A lot of these villages are going to go down. Monk's going to try and convert the stables. So you might want to see some light cav come out here. That is unfortunate for Alphasinus. But how are you going to deal with this? Especially if you take down these churches. Seems like barracks are coming out, so it's going to be a halberdier response. These have been converted as well, so they can produce knights, and there are about 40 villages on this island. Okay. I feel as though, you know, the navy of Alphasinus should have come over here a little bit sooner to deal with this. But it's over here now. More stables being, you know, these stables aren't being used by Brave. There's a lot of potential to raid and kill here, and it's just not being taken advantage of. So that is very unfortunate. And we're going to see elephants come over here to, you know, you don't want those converted, obviously. You don't want these elephants converted. But it looks like he's gotten away with it. Looks like he's gotten away with it, definitely. You know, even outnumbered like this, it's not efficient resources by Brave. A lot of ships go down, and somehow these elephants are still going. I just assumed that these elephants would have died by now, but look, those relics are out of that fortified church, and where's the economy over here? It's gone. It's absolutely gone. This is insane Pacific Islands. I still stand by the fact that Pacific Islands produces incredible games, and it's just looking better and better here for Alphasinus. We see the villager count has gone 132 to 82. Wow. And the gold, you know, there's a lot of gold villages, but look how inefficient they are. They are so inefficient right now. And they're going to have to find work somewhere else. But, you know, where can they go other than wood? There's gold here that's not being utilized, actually, so that is a bit unfortunate. You don't want to waste the units like this, though, you know, gotta... There's sitting ducks here, unfortunately. But all the attention is here on more Persian war elephants, and we still have a transport with a Persian war elephant in it, and we're going to see stables on this island, but there's a lot of blocking going on, so not the most efficient landing, I would say. But at the same time, Alphasinus has somehow managed to keep this economy alive. I wasn't expecting that at all. And, you know, this has just allowed time for this monk to come over. Oh, you hate to see it, guys. You hate to see it. You know, they could have been barging in here, killing all these villagers already, but it's gonna happen anyway. And stables are coming out. I wonder if this castle will ever be built. Be funny if he is able to come back to that. But now he's got a foothold here in this territory, and it's just spearmen. And, you know, spearmen are good against Persian war elephants, but yeah, I don't know. Whenever you go into spearmen, I feel like it's a losing battle, unless you compare it with something else, of course. But these spearmen didn't even have chainmail armor, and these villages are going to be taken off gold. So I only have 3 on gold right now for the Armenian player. Looks like this will be taken care of. Castle's still not up, but there is about 1,000 gold on this pile. But it does seem like it's the only pile left. There's a monk and a villager standing in front of somebody else's field, which is pretty hilarious. Somehow have Hussar in the base. Gotta try and kill the people killing the castle. Maybe there's a thought that they can come back through this tiny gap. That would be funny. That would be hilarious, actually, if that actually happens. But where is the navy at for both players? So the navy for the Armenians is still very good. The navy for Alphasinus not as good. So that would be my concern for Alphasinus. Villagers are going to try and take out this monk. One of them is converted and is now stranded. So poor life decision by that villager to convert. Do have gold here, so do have a bit more gold potential actually for the Armenian player. They're going to take they're not going to take kindly to that conversion, and all those villagers are going to kill that trader. What a traitor. But this has been walled in, and this will go down. Okay. This will be interesting, because I think how the, you know, a lot of focus needs to be here, and maybe not great micro for the demo ships. He eventually got it. So well played. But it wasn't perfect by any means. Now, at this stage of the game, it should be noted that it's going to be hard to get your naval numbers back. And actually, did we see another demo? Demo ship here. Maybe on the side of Alphasinus, but that was a very favorable engagement for Alphasinus. You know, he did eventually land those shots. He has been lured back to this castle, though. Don't want to give up all your good work, but at the very least, both navies are down. Both navies are down. And that's going to be tough. That gold is now run out, though, for Alphasinus. He's got 0 on gold. Absolutely 0 on gold. So how exactly he's going to be able to finish off this match remains to be seen. And at this stage, you can't throw away any boats if you're either side. Alphasinus actually has cannon galleons though. Okay, that's a huge advantage for Alphasinus, I would say. What a banger of a game. This is amazing. Hand cannoneers is the play. I don't know if you're gonna... Oh, you're quite gonna manage... So, okay, Alphasinus sold about 4,000 food for about 500 gold. So that it can produce hand cannoneers, and seeing a lot of monk techs come out here for Armenians, the Armenian player. Two-man saw coming out, okay. And ouch, oh no, you can't have these pikemen go down. Just leaves the door open for calves, potentially. This castle is gonna be destroyed by these cannon galleons. Unfortunately, one of them will be converted. Gonna go for the monk, maybe? Yes! Very well played by Alphasinus. Now these ships are free to take down the buildings. Love the attention to detail there. Hand cannoneers still being produced. And actually they're over on the island. Interesting. Eventually this castle will go down from these cannon galleons if they're able to make it over there. Taking out the market is actually underrated, because then you have to build a new one to do all this selling that has to take place. And we've got villagers over here building archery ranges. So if you can build up enough of these hand cannoneers. Okay. We didn't see a GG from Brave. He just tapped out. Alright. That's fine. But Alphasinus has clawed this back. Wow. Grape juice. Good to see you. Catch you next time. But wow, we have a real series on our hands. It's 2-2. Whoever wins this moves on. This was very unexpected, especially with how well Brave was playing in the first two games. And now we're just seeing Alphasinus step up to the challenge with this out-of-the-box thinking. Yeah, wow. That was a great game, guys. That was a great game.